Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is for students who study Mega Goal 4. Today we will do Unit 4, Lesson 1. The lesson today is about phrasal verbs. A phrasal verb is a verb, but it's followed by a preposition or a particle. So a phrasal verb is made up of a verb plus a particle. A particle is a word that is used as an adverb or a preposition. So the particle could be a preposition or an adverb. The particle gives the verb a different meaning. So when we add an adverb or a preposition after the verb, it usually changes its meaning. So one verb can be combined with different particles to create different meanings. For example, let's talk about the verb pick. So the preposition or the particle that will come after the verb pick will change its meaning. For example, let's look at the first example. Didn't you like the dinner? You only picked at it. What does it mean, picked at it? So pick at means to eat without enthusiasm. Okay. You don't really like it so much. Okay. My sister picks on me for being a vegetarian. What does it mean, pick on or picks on? It means to tease somebody, right? So that's like saying my sister teases me for being a vegetarian. So picks on me. We need to pick out a restaurant for the celebration. So pick out here means to choose. So I want you to notice the different meanings. So the preposition or the adverb that comes after the verb changes its meaning. Will you pick up a gallon of milk on your way home? Pick up like get or buy. So the verb pick has 4 different meanings depending on the preposition that comes after the verb. If you add at, then it means eating without enthusiasm. If you add on, it means tease. If you add out, it means choose. If you add up, then the meaning of the verb will change to become get or buy. So that is the meaning of phrasal verb. You add an adverb or a preposition after the verb and it changes the meaning of the verb. We also have 2 types of phrasal verbs. We have separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. What is the meaning of separable and non-separable? Separable means you can separate the verb from the adverb or the preposition. And non-separable means you cannot separate them. Let's have some examples. In this example, I ran into Janet at the supermarket. Ran into is a phrasal verb, but this phrasal verb is non-separable. What do I mean by non-separable? I cannot say, for example, I ran Janet into the supermarket. It doesn't make sense. So if you separate the verb from the preposition, then it will not make sense. So you have to use it as it is here, ran into. Or you can say, I ran into her. We also have some other phrasal verbs that are also non-separable, like ran into. We have call for, come across, come from, go on, look into, run into, tire of, and turn out. Many other phrasal verbs are separable. You can separate them. And the noun object can come after the particle. The chef cut up the steak into small pieces. You can also say the chef cut the steak up into small pieces. So the object or the noun object here can come after the phrasal verb like in this example, or it can come between the verb and the preposition. But if you use a pronoun, like instead of the steak, you use it, then in this case you must put the pronoun between the verb and the preposition. You should say the chef cut it up into small pieces. You cannot say the chef cut up it. No, that's not correct. It should be the chef cut it up into small pieces. And the same goes for these verbs. Burn off, cut up. These are separable verbs. Figure out, you can say figure it out, for example, because it's separable. Fit in, give up, point out, put on, send back, take off, take out, talk over, tell apart, think over, throw away, throw out, turn down, turn into, wake up, and whip up. All right? Now, we have a third type of phrasal verbs, which is the three-word phrasal verb. Sometimes a phrasal verb consists of 3 words. Like, for example, the doctor says you must cut down on sugar. I mean, you must eat less sugar, you must reduce the amount of sugar that you eat. So the doctor says you must cut down on sugar. And the 3-word phrasal verb is not separable. It's non-separable. You cannot separate it. I mean, I cannot say cut sugar down on or cut down sugar on. No, it doesn't make sense. So it should be cut down on sugar. And these are also some examples of 3-word phrasal verbs. Let's read some of them. Catch up on, come down with, come up with, cut down on, drop out of, feel up to, get away with, and get down to. So these are 3-word phrasal verbs. Now let's do some exercises. In the first exercise, you need to complete the sentences with a particle from the box. We have some prepositions here. You need to use them to complete the sentences in this short text. Some of the particles or the prepositions can be used more than once. You can use a preposition twice or more, I mean more than once. I'll do the first 4 with you. My sister has gone too many crazy diets. Last month, she was on a diet that called her to eat almost nothing but grapefruit all day. Initially, the diets seem to work. They take weight quickly. But a few weeks later, my sister always seems to put the weight again. Now, look at the first sentence. My sister has gone. So the missing preposition or particle here should be we have to drag and drop. So the first one should be on. So go on. Go on means to continue. Okay, to continue to do something. So my sister has gone on too many crazy diets. She was on a diet that called, it should be called her for. It should be for. Called for. Okay, and call for means like need. On this diet, she needs to eat almost nothing but grapefruit. So called for her to eat almost nothing but grapefruit all day. They take weight off. And take weight off here means to lose weight. Okay, take weight off means to lose weight. But a few weeks later, my sister always seems to put the weight again. So put the weight on. Put the weight on here means to gain the weight again. Now let's do some more exercise on separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. In this exercise, we have to decide whether the phrasal verb in the sentence is separable, and in this case you're going to mark or choose S. And if it's non-separable and cannot be separated, then you have to use NS, which refers to non-separable. So for example, number 1, I'm going to send back this food. Well, I think you can say I'm going to send this food back. So that means this phrasal verb is separable. Number 2, most people can't tell apart a yam from a sweet potato. This one is also separable. You can separate it. Number 3, you need to throw out the moldy cheese. This one is also separable. You can separate them. You can say you need to throw the moldy cheese out. I never tire of chocolate. This one is non-separable. You can say I never tire chocolate of. No, I never tire of chocolate. Means like I become tired of. So this one is non-separable. Wake up Jenna for breakfast. So this one is separable. You can say wake Jenna or Jenna, okay. Wake Jenna up for breakfast. It's separable. I never turn down dessert, or you can say I never turn dessert down. That is also a separable phrasal verb. And this was the end of our lesson today. Thank you for watching. عالية جدا. انت في مشكلة عندك يا طارق ولا ايه؟